I'm not here to lose a Beyond today. Este Hunted Swarm. Where are you on the bracket? Where's my Hunted Swarm? As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Yellow Terran, representing Team Hyper 1. He's an animal. He just went mass Widowmine against Ateshi. Ay, ay, ay. And now setting up for a proxy. It is HonMonO. Here we go again. HonMonO, he's an animal, he's insane. Going for not just one, but a second SCV across the map. He's going to be committing here to his proxy Raxes. Meanwhile, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we set up the colors for our players. Bam. Beautiful. As we do settle in, we have the second SCV and we have the third SCV. So it's going to be proxy 3 racks mass marine with a bunker rush as well. SHIN, he moves out across the map with the first overlord. The second overlord is going to be staying back home though. He doesn't check for the proxy location, but he does park his overlord outside of the natural, so he will be able to spot the SCVs as they move in to throw down the bunkers. So SHIN, he will have a little bit of a scout, a little bit of a heads up as to what's going on, but it's going to be a little bit more delayed compared to if he had seen these raxes. So the overlord is parked right outside. Behind this, hatch gas pool, standard opener out of SHIN. And from here, we'll see if he does pull the boys. Ideally, you do want to stop those bunkers from getting up and running, buy enough time for your link production, and try to pull off a defense. Again, this is going to be quite committed here from HonMonO. It is easier to transition out of a 2 racks or proxy 2 racks, but 3 racks is again a lot more committed, a lot more all in. Overlord gets across the map, doesn't see anything at the natural, and yeah, here he comes. Now SHIN does spot this. SCVs move in, bunkers are being thrown down, and SHIN, he has to deny these bunkers. Spinecrawl on the way, taking a lot of hits already. Ooh, that's a kill! That's a kill, not a cancel. It's a rough start here for SHIN. He does need that Spinecrawler. Yeah, boys, they try to dive on those Marines. They force back the SCVs. He's going for the production. Ooh, and HonMonO, he's cornered. He gets surrounded. There's no way out of this. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, rough Sim City, and HonMonO, he will lose everything here. Lings, they do rally in, and HonMonO, he will lose every single Marine. Now, he does get 9 drone kills, though. Oh, my God. That's a lot of economic damage. HonMonO back at home, he does have the higher SCV count. That was 9 drones going down. So that was very committed here from SHIN. Very committed. But last he has 2 queens, and with the help of these 2 queens, he's fine. Like SHIN, he's safe and sound. HonMonO, he's transitioning. He throws down the CC on the high ground. SHIN, he scouts the command center. He knows that the aggression has ended, and the game will continue. The game will continue, and the question becomes: did SHIN lose too much? Oh, as HonMonO, he wants that queen, won't get it. Yeah, a little bit greedy here from HonMonO. Still wants the queen. SHIN pulls away, takes down the Marines. Again, SHIN is down to 11 drones. Like, the worker count is still in the gutter for SHIN. But he does have 2 bases, so he can, you know, saturate a little bit faster. Now poking forward. Does poke forward, clutch transfuse, keeps the queen alive. So far, SHIN, he does maintain this position. Gas is being taken across the map. Soon getting to that factory follow-up. Meanwhile, this Marine count, it's getting a little bit out of hand here. Remember, there's no Spinecrawler. Link speed in 10 seconds. HonMonO, he's tempted to dive on the queen. Oh, he's tempted. Link speed is done. HonMonO, he should be making his way back home soon. Yeah, as link speed is revealed, HonMonO, he has to back up. Does put his back against the wall. He can trade well here. He trades somewhat well, but he will still lose every single Marine. Yeah, the Marines go down, and my biggest concern is that HonMonO has been so greedy. What do I mean by that? No factory. This factory is, let's say, 3rd CC? Jeez. Speaking of greed, he heavily delayed his factory. He heavily delayed any kind of army unit across the map, so he has nothing to defend. Lings have arrived. He's going for a 3rd CC. Very ambitious here from HonMonO. And he can pull the boys to defend against this, that is true, but this is still a really rough position for him. He has no answer to these Lings. SHIN happily droning. Deeper taking a lot of hits. Does catch fire. Thankfully, he's repaired. He's repaired. And HonMonO, he will be able to hold on for now. We have the Hellion on the way. This is denying mining time. And we can get into our game from here. Okay, so the question becomes, is this greed enough for HonMonO to like recover, to take a lead? Right now, he's still floating back home with those Raxes. He has one Hellion back at home as well. SHIN taking a third base. He still denies the natural. SHIN does not break into the main, but he's still containing. Still containing HonMonO. Despite HonMonO having 31 or 32 SCVs, he's not mining efficiently. Oh, going to mech. Of course he is. God damn it. We have 2 more factories on the way. We are making it up. So gonna make it happen. Once again, SHIN trying to dive on the mineral line. Let's catch a couple of SCVs. Hellions, they take a lot of hits. And that's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8 SCV. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. 9 SCV kills. GG. GG, too much damage here, and SHIN, he will take a lead in the series. We'll take game number 1. Whew, GG. Again, just a really greedy response from HonMonO. When I say greedy response, late gases and late factory out of HonMonO, which means late Hellions, which means it took longer for HonMonO to actually try to claim his natural. And we saw even when he tried to, he just didn't really have any Hellions. He tried to be a little bit greedier by, of course, focusing on his SCV production, getting his natural base up and running, and delaying everything else. Now, to try to get away with that, HonMonO, it looks like he was hoping that his Marines across the map would be able to buy more time. If you remember, he was making non-stop Marine production across the map, but he got surrounded, got cleaned up. In the end, it wasn't as worth it, and GG. GG, well played. We're now getting into game number 2. SHIN takes a lead, but game 2 is going to be on Ultra Love. We'll see if HonMonO can bounce back. See if he can bounce back. Shinish him. Oh no. The puns. The puns. Not like this. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, leading the series 1-0. Then HonMonO changed his color. God damn it. There we go. In the bottom right corner, we have our South Korean Zerg player. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the orange Terran player from South Korea, leaving the land of Japan. Down in the series, we'll see if you can bounce back. It is HonMonO. Here we go. As we settle into this time there is no SCV across the map. This time the Rax is back at home. This time HonMonO is not going for a proxy. Now, most likely he will all in. That is kind of how HonMonO approaches a lot of these games. For those that are maybe unfamiliar, HonMonO, he is the most aggressive Terran player, or just the most aggressive player in all of South Korea. I would say that. He's hyper cheesy, hyper aggressive. He's very often all in, and you don't get many players quite like HonMonO anymore. He's kind of like the almost the Korean Haas. I don't think he's quite on that level. HonMonO does still macro more than Haas did, at least especially in the earlier years, but still just an animal. Just ay. Not like this. So we'll see what he goes for this time. Double gas opener, faster factory, delayed CC out of HonMonO. This is very unique in this matchup, and this looks like a one base all in, I'll be honest. Like this is a TVP opener. Like you never see double gas in TVZ. This is crazy. So really fast factory. This can lead into early Hellion production, into like a Hellbat push. They can go into like a 1-1-1 into like one base BC. There's a lot of potential here for HonMonO. Meanwhile, we do see across the map a gasless opener out of SHIN. This is insanely greedy. Oh my god. SHIN, he will open up gasless, so no link speed, no lair, no nothing, just pure drones and a very fast third expansion. So SHIN is cutting corners. He does confirm the expansion. Oh, sorry, I should say the racks. Yep, 1-1-1. Widowmine? I was like, is this Hellbats? Is this like a Hellbat drop? Is this Helen? Is this going to be like BCs? Widowmine was not was not what I was thinking. Okay. Does supply block Shin. Now, we'll see if he commits into additional Widow Mines. No, he doesn't. Okay, Tech Lab is on the way. I mean, this can still be BC. Like, of course, you can't make the Fusion Core without the Starport. Mine Shot does go off. Very nice connection. HonMonO catching him. Yeah, there it is. Papi, I'm telling you, I've died to BC so much on the ladder, I can smell it a mile away. Like, I see double gas, I'm like, BC? yeah, we got there. We got there. Oh, no. I can feel it, Papi, I can feel it. Doesn't mean I can stop it. God, no. God, no. But I'm gonna know what kills me before even the Terran knows what's going on. Let's go. As we do have the Admiral top here into his BC production. Meanwhile, we just see HonMonO moving out with his first drop, and likewise, we'll see if Shin also has that kind of vibe as to what's occurring. Unfortunately, Shin, he didn't see. Oh, god damn it, Diva. Now Shin, he knows of the delayed expansion just because of the Widow Mine. Like, the early Widow Mine is a tell that it's an early factory, so he knows it's a delayed CC. He knows that at least. Queens are amassing. We do have a safety Roach Horn on the way for Shin. HonMonO does make his way into the main. So enjoy the queens. One queen goes down, no transfuse. He gets one. And he might get the other as well. Yeah, massive connections. He gets 1, 2, almost 3 queens. HonMonO, he's popping up. He does overwhelm. 3 queens go down. Can he get a final queen? Matter of fact, Fool's boys are being pulled. Yeah, 4 queens go down. There's 1 queen left. This is insane. Just insane damage here. 4 queen kills. Does start to step back. It does focus on the drones. Getting what, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 drone kills. Ay. This is insane damage for 6 Marines and 1 medevac. Very nice drop. And the Widow Mine is about to reset. Oh, no, just barely not. Barely does not reset. Now, what's important here? 4 queens. 4 queens just got sniped, and we have a BC on the way. How many queens are left? That's the question. 2. That's not enough. 2 queens is not enough. This 1 BC might just end the game. We can chase down the queens. We can focus on the spores. This is the only anti-air. 2 queens. And HonMonO, has he cheesed the hell out of Shin? There we go. 1 queen remaining. Down to 1 queen. Down to 0 queens left. Yeah. He's an animal, Papi. GG gets called. The BC rush succeeds. 0 queens remaining. And HonMonO fights back. We're going to the ace match. Let's go. We are going to the ace match, and we'll see what other crazy build HonMonO has up his sleeve. What's it gonna be, Papi? So we're getting into that final ace match. Again, sniping those 4 queens, that was game then and there. Like, before even the BC, with that 1 Marine drop, he had sealed the deal, sniping so many queens. Insane. So we're getting into game 3. Gonna be leading into ley lines. Let's go. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit concerned for Shin. Now, what I will say coming into this is that Shin, if you remember, he was being very greedy. He was being very greedy. You know, he had gone for a gasless opener. His queen count was still quite healthy, I will say that at least. But he had no link support because he had no link speed, because he had no gas. When it comes to our next game, I would imagine that Shin will be opening up standard. Like, I can't imagine to see another gasless opener. I don't imagine he's going to be quite as greedy, but we'll see. We shall see. As spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we do have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, being forced into the ace match. Oh, getting cheesed out. Let's go. Proxy's on the way. It is Shin. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, and also setting out SCVs across the map for the proxy. 2 racks, at least initially. 2 SCVs, 2 raxes. We do have our South Korean Terran player, the Orange Terran. He's an animal. He's insane. He is HonMonO. Here we go. Also, HonMonO did want me to say to the chat that he does blame Hyper 1. It's true. It's true. He does blame him. Meanwhile, he scouts. He saw. Yeah, we just see Shin. He did see the proxy. He did scout it with his Overlord, and this time it's so much faster to just dive on top of these SCVs. The SCVs, they're going to be denied. The proxy is going to be shut down. Yeah, as the first SCV almost goes down. We can see HonMonO trying to finish up that first Rax, trying to desperately, but no shot, no way. Yeah, the SCV is going to be killed, and with that, we do cancel the Raxes. A very rough start for HonMonO. Unfortunately, trying to go for the proxy twice in the series, and he responds as CC first back at home. A very shaky start for the Orange Terran. And Shin popping off. This time he shuts down the proxy ahead of time. Going for his pool, going for his gases, settling in, looking comfortable. Oh boy. I think he said Japanese. He is a Korean living in Japan. Just as a heads up. He's a big weeb. It's a Korean living in Japan. He went there for his waifus. And his anime girls. And cat boys. HonMonO. Catching up. Oh, that's the hyper one. Just calm down, man. Calm down. Now though, we are going to be moving out, so we do have our CC on the high ground. Likewise, we do see HonMonO attempting to stabilize, attempting to get back into this game. Again, it is going to be a rocky start as his CC is late, his CC is delayed, his Rax is delayed. There's no reprogression, of course, so Shin, he can skip lings, he can just drone up as freely as he wants. Yeah, Shin, from here, he can take his third base, he can go into Roach play. Shin has options. Does have options here. HonMonO less so. HonMonO, Juan and Mono. Yes, see, papi, see. He's a man of many names, known as HonMech, HonMacro. HonMacro doesn't exist. He's a figment of our imagination. Like, we never see HonMacro. Do you see HonMonO at times? True, HonMonO. It's a popular one. Jeez, third CC before Starport, so following this up with something more economic. He's going to try to be greedy, try to catch up, try to stabilize in this game. Shin, meanwhile, two-based lair. Oh my god, rushing into his lair, rushing into his roaches as well. And this could be for even like two-base Muta. We'll see if he goes into roach speed. I'm curious what is going to be done exactly with this lair. It could just be roach aggression. But Shin does go for a late expansion, a late third base. So it's a late third out of Shin. For now, droning up. He's also known as soy leche, as in yo soy leche. Yes, that's true. That is also true. He really likes his milk. It's gonna become big and strong. Milk him, Hyper One, milk him. So now HonMonO behind this is going into his own Banshee play. When it comes to Shin's build and when it comes to what HonMonO is up to, I was assuming that HonMonO was going to turn this into a two-base all-in, and it looks like Shin was afraid of that as well. Now Shin confirms that there is a third CC, but that's also, I imagine, why Shin did delay his third base for as long as he did, why he's going into his own roach production in case there was an all-in coming his way. I would say this is better for HonMonO, as Shin is not being as economic as he otherwise could have been, but, I mean, the roach count that's building up is still terrifying. Meanwhile, from the side of HonMonO, not just a 1-1-1 into Banshee, he's going into Hyperfly Rotors. We might even go into a second Starport as well, which might be a good way to deal some economic damage. Meanwhile, Shin, speaking of all-ins, we're going for the German Taxi. We do have Overlord Speed on the way, Lair is done, and Drop Lords are morphing in. We're going to be moving out with everything, with Roaches, with Queens. The Taxi is coming, and HonMonO, he's not going to be ready for this. He has what to defend? He has Hellions and Banshees. He doesn't even have Cloak. Yeah, detection is not going to be required. The Overseer is there just in case. We have more factories on the way, getting into mech. But again, without tanks, without Cyclones, pure Hellion is going to struggle against the Roach Ravager. And speaking of, here it comes. Roaches, they move out. HonMonO gets to pull back. So Does have to pull back home. As Queens are moving in. Yeah, Queens they move in. Likewise, you drop over the Banshees. Speed is not yet done for said Banshees either. And Shin, he cannot be stopped. He cannot be stopped. He does just jump forward here. Stutter steps in. Leapfrogs into the main base. Oh, the Contaminate! Let's go! Contaminates the upgrade. There is no Hyperflight Rotors. The boys are being pulled. And the upgrade is not going to finish. It's not going to finish. It's not going to happen. It's going to be bowed down as we speak. And despite forcing the ace match, HonMonO, he won't go further than that. He does dance the boys. Does dance them. And again, it was impressive. It was very impressive here to go to the ace match. But GG gets called. Then Shin, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Shin, he will claim the series. He will advance on. Shout out to HonMonO for cheesing Shin out in game 2 and rushing into one base BC, which completely caught him off guard. And also, of course, having a very successful drop before that as well. Very impressive. GG. GG, well played. Shin, he will claim the series. And the question becomes, does he have an opponent? Who's up next? Who is up next? And also, of course, blame Hyper1 in the chat. Hyper1. Hold on. I got you.